Okay, so we're in our Atomic Success Secrets group, and we're going to do this process that came to me today during my every Thursday meditation qigong matrix energetic session that I do for everybody that's on our list, and so you could do this live right now with us, and also later as the video, I'll put it in our Atomic Success Secrets portal, and you can use it and share it as you like. So here's what happened, and I see it again. So let's take a moment and just think about what you want. And so if it were to all come true in just the way you want it, just take a moment, if you like, and just think about what is it you truly want. If if you want to do the Sita Vedic thing, you could press the index finger 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It unblocks the unconscious, subconscious part, and you can look through a white window frame in your mind's eye and just see yourself getting everything you want. If it could all come true, what is it that you want? And I already did this session for us about 5:30 this morning, 5:30 till about 6:30 or so. And now we're doing it with a video and with us live here. What do you want? And is there anything else you want? You have all of that. You have every bit of that. Is there anything else that you want? And if you had all of that, what would that do for you? What would it do for you to have all of that? And what else would it do for you, having all of that? And out of all of that, what would be the best part of having that? What's the best part of having all that? And why is that the best part? And when you think of that, that's the best part, and that's why it's the best part. You could even go a deeper level, like, why is that? Why is that the best part? And then you can take your hand and just touch your heart 6 times and think very good. And when you think of all of that, what do you think? What do you think could be slowing you down, standing in your way, or stopping you? What could be slowing you down, standing in your way, or stopping you? Are there any people that you could use on your side, or shifting the people you're around? Or is there any people, any situations? Is it a matter of God just doing something? Connecting you with the opportunities or the people or the things that can make it happen? What could be slowing you down, standing in your way, or stopping you? And if you could solve those things and flow freely towards your goal, what would that do for you? If you could solve those things, what would it do for you? The people, the situations, the opportunities, God doing something, meeting the people, doing stuff with the people, making things happen. What would it do for you? And what would your life be like? In fact, we can press let's press the second segment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Having solved all that, having overcome those things that are in the way or could be in the way, what will you be doing and who will you be? And let's press the, actually touch the heart 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. And then squeeze the proximal part of the right index finger 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what does your life look like? Having all that. And then pat your heart 6 times and think very good. And then squeeze the distal end of your right index finger 6 times. And you know, it's been said, like, what's the worst case scenario? And possibly one of the worst case scenarios is, well, we're going to die. We're going to die. The crazy thing is, it's true. So the worst case scenario is absolutely true. And so if you knew you're going to die, what would you most want to do or be? Crazy thing is, we don't know when. So what would you most want to do or be? And if you knew you couldn't fail, if you knew your prayers would be answered, what would you most want to do or be? And if you had $10 million in your bank account, and you didn't have to work another day in your life, $10 million, from what I understand, the interest on it each year, you'd make $500K without touching the $10 million. So $500K a year forever. What would you most want to do or be? And what would that be like? And what would be the best part of that? And why is that the best part? Okay, and then touch your heart 6 times and think very good. Okay, now here's the part that we do that many people miss, even though it's in a bunch of traditions, these spiritual wisdom healing traditions. It's in plain sight and it's really clear. And there is a book that I'm really enjoying right now called Touching Enlightenment by Reginald Ray. It's really good. 40 years Tibetan Buddhist. And what he said kind of really struck me. And I'll show you what showed up in the Matrix Energetics and Beyond session this morning for everybody in a bit. But this is the key. And so you guys are going to do this with me if you like. And we're going to go to these deepest frontiers. So he said, and it's what Eckhart Tolle says, and Thich Nhat Hanh, and all these people have said over and over again, Ring Tong Gu, it's like the feeling in the body, the sensation in your body is a portal to infinite. And when Reginald Ray talks about this, he says, even the cosmos, that infinity of infinities that go beyond, just keep on going, the cosmos, all the solar systems, all the galaxies, all of that stuff, all of that might have the answer, the remedy, the problem, the situation, the solution. It's like it could be cosmic. We talk about astrology and all that kind of stuff. It could be something like that. It could be generational, like traits and thoughts and beliefs get passed on through the DNA. So it could be that. And it could be something that happened when you were young, maybe in the womb or when your first few years of life or throughout your life, a pattern. Somebody keeps betraying you. Some bad thing keeps happening to you. Some situation seems to show up in different versions over and over again. And, the same dream that doesn't get totally fulfilled. It's like whatever's going on in life, that sort of thing is in that space of what's happening in your body. And then what you do today, if you yell at your spouse, if you're short with your kid, if you think a bad thought about somebody, if you get really frustrated, all that angst, Eckhart Tolle calls it the pain body, that contributes to the karma. That contributes to the thing. So it could be like current stuff that's kind of causing this, and it's connected to the past. And it's like, so what do we do with that? So Reginald Ray and these others talk about, well, what we've got is this amazing thing, because our bodies or our being his thoughts will put us in a situation, a set of circumstances to give us this opportunity to go notice what's happening in the body. So it's like, it could give us a car wreck. It could give us a kid that's sick. It could give us a loss of a job. It could give us winning the lotto. It could do a lot of stuff to lead us right to this thing. And so every step of the journey, we're getting this wonderful thing that sucks sometimes to go feel this feeling. And that's where the gold is. Reginald Ray talks about it. It's like, well, there's the last frontier. That's the place where nirvana is. And you're getting shown exactly where to go. So like one of my clients yesterday said, she's come down to now, me and her, we both think talk therapies. That doesn't work. Really, it doesn't work. All sorts of stuff is just like, we're just done with it. We're done with it. But this is what just one client, and a client that's coming in right after this, also talking about this exact thing. He even wrote a book about it, another book. And so the key is like, we've got this opportunity, no matter what happens, even if it sucks, even if it's great, to go in and feel the feeling. And doing that together is really powerful, because it's going to this infinite source. So we'll all together, if you like, go in the body. That's it. Good job, you guys. And stay out of the thoughts. And stay in the body. What showed up today in our Thursday session was a few things. One is hormones. So let's just optimize hormones. Frequency 15 in matrix energetics. Optimize hormones now. Hormones drive a lot of action. Frequency 15, optimize hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. The next thing that showed up was a spiritual defrag. So we can think of that cosmic stuff, the generational stuff, the karmic stuff. So frequency 9, spiritual defrag. Let's defrag the spiritual hard drive. The next thing that showed up is belief systems. So belief systems in integrated manual therapy are in the forearms. And what I noticed now is like little fractures in these belief systems, in these forearms. And the other thing that showed up was an old TV show called Kung Fu. Yeah. And David Carradine would, at the intro to that show, he was being initiated as some sort of Zen warrior person. And he branded himself with a really hot pot that had an emblem on his forearms, right where the belief systems are. So that showed up. And if it doesn't make sense, it's okay. It's just what showed up. So we're correcting, there's belief systems that are, I see, fracturing, which could be a good thing. And then over and over again, I'm getting this message of this touching enlightenment idea, like the most important thing we can do is go in there and notice what's happening. Stay very, very, very present to that. So we'll do this all together. Stay out of our thoughts. Stay in our body. Notice the most intense part. And notice the most intense part of the most intense part. Very simple words to guide us to stay out of our thoughts, stay in the body. We're doing this together. After we click off the recording, I'll work with you guys one-on-one. Notice the most intense part. And if it's somewhere you can touch, lightly touch it with your finger and just follow it. Notice the most intense part. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. And while we do that, I'm going to connect us up with all the people, situations, God, things to do. That's it. That's it. Notice the most intense part. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. And tune in even deeper to the most intense part. And let's give it our full attention. Stay out of the thoughts. Stay in the body. That's right. That's right. You're doing great. Notice the most intense part. And you can tell that spot, if you like, you can say thank you and I love you. I mean, it is showing you exactly where to go look. Let's spend another minute noticing the most intense part of the most intense part. Notice the most intense part. Just notice it. You can say, I love you and thank you to that spot. That's right. That's right. And then you can keep noticing this spot, and it could be already gone, or it might be take the rest of this, another bit of time, or maybe tomorrow or the next day. The thing is, if you notice this till it's done being noticed, when it's done, it's done. There we go. So as I work on with you guys one-on-one, we can all just stay very present to what's happening in the body and just notice it. And then keep your journal around so that when you get that information from your intuition, from guidance, from God, and from spirit of what to do, you can write it down. Like, oh, I need to call this guy. I need to email this guy. I need to go do this. I need to walk to Starbucks now. Whatever it is, you'll get your inspiration and you can start to follow the next stop, the next place. It's kind of like being on a skateboard and you're going and you're not stopping the flow of the skateboard, but every once in a while you give it a little push. You contribute to the motion. So when you come up with your information, it's like, let me do this. I'm going to go apply for that job. Or you know what? I'm going to change situations and go do this. And all the while, you're going to keep your attention in the body. So I'm going to turn off the recording and work with you guys. And then let's all just stay very present to what's happening in the body. Wow, good work, you guys.